All right, guys, so today I'm going to talk with you about trading psychology. This is a very important topic. It's probably one of the most important topics in MasterClass, really, because I've seen traders who are amazing at technical analysis, but their trading psychology sucks and therefore they don't make any money. It's really that simple. If, as I mentioned in one of the initial lessons, in the introduction lesson and such, I mentioned that psychology is huge, that your mindset is huge, that your limiting beliefs are huge, and they really are. If you still have limiting beliefs about money, about the fact that you cannot make money, that money doesn't grow on trees, guess what? It fucking does. Once you know how to make money, it is really easy to make money, and it feels like it does grow on trees, But if you have that belief, if you have that mindset that it does not, you will never make money. It's that simple, So trading psychology, you really have to, without a doubt, believe that you will succeed at this. Without any doubt. Because if you have doubt about your own success in this journey, which is trading, it's going to be really hard for you. You're going to go through very big emotional swings, and eventually you'll probably give up. So my goal here is to tell you a few things that you probably will experience, and hopefully you don't, because I'll tell you them right now, and hopefully after listening to this, you're not going to do those mistakes. But there's a few things that traders do that really sabotage their success, And one thing I wanted to really mention is that I mentioned in the lessons that you're a professional risk manager, So you're a trader, but you're a professional risk manager. You manage risk. But I've seen people do some crazy shit that throws that idea out the window. Literally, there's a few things. So let me mention them right now to you. And one of them is, point one, you need to have rules. So as you guys saw me go through this entire masterclass and through every single lesson, you notice that I have rules. I probably shared with you hundreds of different rules in regards to different things about the markets. And I hope you guys were taking notes, because those were all very important rules. When to do that, when not to do this. And ABO has this. And IBO has all of those rule criteria. CBO has another set of criteria. Management plans, then trading the run has all different principles. There's so many different lessons and rules in this masterclass that my recommendation is to literally watch it over and over and over and over again until you get them all down. Because those rules that I have shared with you guys, took me 6 years to learn. It literally took me 6 years to learn. So if you guys understand it, which you should, because it's a masterclass, I shared it all with you guys. I didn't keep any secrets or anything like that. Everything is in masterclass, and all those rules are in there. So make notes, make those rules for yourself, write them down, make a trading plan. It's in here. It's a masterclass. The trading plan is a masterclass. Now you guys just have to follow it, and you have to make those rules yourself. You got to write them down, and you got to understand what they are. Okay, so watch the lessons as many times as you have to till you understand that. Now, the second thing, there's a few things that traders will experience when trading with money. So, start trading live as soon as you can with a live account. Because I've seen people trade with a demo account for years and years and years and years, trading demo money, and they become successful trading demo money. But as soon as they start trading live with real cash, all of a sudden, that's when all those emotional swings start to come in, because now you're trading with cash, you're trading with real money, and there's emotions tied into that. So my recommendation is really start trading with live capital as soon as possible. Doesn't matter if it's $500, $1,000, $2,000, right? Just do it, and eventually you'll add more money and more and more and more until you're trading with hundreds of thousands of dollars and eventually millions. But you have to start somewhere. And my recommendation is start with a small account as soon as possible, rather than trading a demo account this entire time, because literally if you start trading with real cash, you will have a little bit of a different experience. Everybody does. But that's basics. What you're gonna learn now is some of those emotional decisions that traders make. So one of them is FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay, fear of missing out is huge because it makes you enter trades that are not based on your criteria. Okay, sometimes there's gonna be a situation where you're gonna see a different trader be like, I'm long dollar Swiss right now, and you're not. So you're gonna look for an opportunity because you trust that trader, you believe that trader is doing good work, and you believe that all his calls are pretty good. So if he's long dollar Swiss and you're not, then you're gonna have FOMO, and you're gonna try to look and get into a position, but not at the most ideal time. That's FOMO. Traders do that, and you might experience that as well. But trust that will not serve you any good. FOMO, trading based on FOMO, it's not gonna give you anything good because FOMO does not follow your rules. FOMO does not follow your guidelines. So that needs to be eliminated. The thing with trading and trading psychology is believe that trading is a business, So at the end of the year or at the end of it all, why would you want to sabotage your own business? If you were running your own business like a traditional business, there's probably no chance that you would. You would want that business to succeed, so you would want to practice all the best practices out there, Same things for trading. However, I find that traders, they do sabotage their own success. And there's many ways on doing that, and it's mainly emotional trading. FOMO is one of them. Then fear of losing. Losses happen, Some of the best traders lose 50% of the time. They still make money because the reward-risk ratio is larger than 1-to-1, but literally some of the best traders lose 50% of the time. So you will lose money. You will lose trades. You will have periods of drawdown. That's normal. It's normal. It happens. It happens to everybody, and it should happen. Losses should happen because you cannot be a perfect trader. You can take what you believe is a perfect trade over and over and over and over again that fits your criteria, and by doing that, you will be consistent, right? And losses will come. There will be losses even if you do that because you cannot have 100% strike rate. That doesn't exist. Or 90%, that's very hard to achieve. Even 80 is pushing it, 70 you can aim for, 60 is really good, 50 is good too, Anywhere between 50 and 75 is kind of where you should be aiming at when it comes to your reward-risk ratio, your strike rate. But that also includes losses. So you cannot have fear of losses because they happen. They will happen, and trust that it will happen. But at the end of it all, you cannot let losses bring you down because, like I said, I'm sure I said this in MasterClass before, but if I haven't, here it is. Losses are your best learning opportunities. Don't be afraid of learning opportunities. That's it. Literally losses and failure and losing streaks, they're your best learning opportunities. Without them, I personally would have not learned anything. I learned because of mistakes. I learned because of losses. I learned because I noticed there's a mistake I am making, right? Now, all those lessons are in MasterClass, so hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes by following the rules and the guidelines, but you might have different lessons. You might still maybe make the same mistakes because you missed something in MasterClass or you're not following the playbook, right? So understand that, realize that losses are your best learning opportunities. You need them. You need them to succeed. That's the truth. So don't be afraid of losses. They will happen. And with that said, trading is not something that will be mastered really quickly. What my hope with MasterClass is that all the tools are in here. You guys have all the tools, but it will still take you a while to get a hand of it, And literally, some people think that trading, you can make $1 million in a year, and you can, but your account size needs to be huge in order to do that. You cannot make $1 million with $1,000, and that's what people expect. And I hope that you guys who are in MasterClass don't have those get-rich-quick beliefs, because that's not going to do anything good for you. And have a realistic kind of timeline. You know, if you're starting with $1,000, it will take you a while to make that 100 grand or replace your income. It will take a bit, you know, but at least you're gonna know how to trade. The money will come. You know, if you know how to trade, even if you have $1,000 to your name, in your trading account right now, the money will come. Eventually it will come. So don't over risk your positions. Don't take massive positions risking 5% per trade at the beginning. The money will come. For now, master trading. Be great at trading. And then, who knows? You take your portfolio, you show it to an investor, and they're gonna be like, yep, you wanna trade $1 million? It can be that simple. You know, money can show up literally that easy. But be a good trader, because without a track record, without a good trading history, if you have all those emotional decisions in your trading history, you know, and you constantly have massive losses, massive gaps because of trading, emotional trading, then do you think an investor will give you money? Chances are no, you know? So be the best trader that you can be, even if you only have $1,000, be the best trader that you can be, follow your rules, follow your guidelines, right? Follow the guidelines I shared here in MasterClass, and eventually you will be a consistent trader and the money will come somehow. It will come, it always does, you know? But your mind needs to be open to that idea. If you believe that money will not show up, it will not show up. If you believe money will show up, it will show up. It's literally that simple, you know? I find that too many people believe that, you know, they will just not have money. So they won't. That's it, you know? Change your mindset. Change the way you talk to yourself. Money does grow on trees. Money does come out of nowhere, you know? If you believe so, it will. Now, one more thing that I wanted to share, well, there's probably many things that I wanted to share, but that will come later. But for now, you know, we talked about FOMO, we've talked about fear of losing, we talked a little bit about emotional trading. There's many other aspects of emotional trading. One aspect of emotional trading, which is huge, and I noticed that people remove their stop loss because they don't want to be wrong. That's a huge one, you know, and it happens and people do it. And by removing your stop loss, this is typically the situation. The trade is great. It's probably a great setup, you know, and it's one of those 30% that are losses, you know, out of a 70% strike rate. And it turns around and it's going to that stop loss, and you look at that daily chart and you believe that daily chart is so good that it's probably going to turn around any moment, that this is just probably going to tap you out and then reverse and continue going in your favor. So you're going to remove your stop loss because you don't want to be tapped out. And then it continues to go up, and it continues to go up, and instead of a 1% loss, now you're sitting at 2% loss, and at this point you're like, okay, well now it's massively overextended, I'm sure it's going to turn around. And it doesn't. Then you're at -3, -4, -5. And if you're risking 2% or 3% because you didn't follow the 1% rule, well, half your account can be gone really quickly if you remove your stop loss because of emotional trading. So don't do that. There's no point of it. You know, again, treat trading like a business, be a professional risk manager, so avoid those risks. That's your mistake, you know, and that will not result in anything good. So when it comes to trading, be emotionless. That's the best thing I can give you. Be emotionless. You know, when it comes to, this is something I do, you know, and it comes to really knowing yourself a little bit, knowing how you work and how you process information. What I like to do is before I place a trade, I just shut down for 10 seconds. And I just kind of go in a meditative state for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. And literally just kind of pause. If I'm making a decision, I just pause, and my intuition tells me what to do, you know? And if you do that, if you think that you're going to be making an emotional decision, like you're removing a stop loss or doing something stupid, pause. Pause for 10 seconds, pause for a minute, and just sit with that idea and your intuition. The first thing that will come to your mind, do that. And I'm sure it's not going to be remove your stop loss or do that emotional decision that you were just going to do, because that's not the right path. you know? So trading psychology is all about following your guidelines, following your rules, and not breaking them. Because if you break them, well, that's now taking 3 steps back instead of 3 steps forward. You learned the lessons for a reason. You made the rules for a reason. I made the rules for a reason too, because I know that they had to be made because of previous losses and previous mistakes. So my rules are all made because of mistakes. So if I eliminate a rule, then I'm going back to those fucking mistakes. It's that simple, you know? So if you remove your stop loss and it's supposed to be at 0.618 and instead you move it 20 pips higher because you don't want to be tapped out, that's eliminating a lesson that you have learned. And now you're going to go back and make that mistake, you know? So it's literally going 3 steps back. So when it comes to trading psychology, I'm pretty hardcore with that, which it's literally black and white for me. You know, if you're making mistakes because of emotional trading, it's simple. You're not going to succeed, period. You know, and if you had one-on-one coaching with me or anything like that, I don't do one-on-one coaching at this point in time. Maybe later in the future I will. But, you know, literally if I were your coach and I noticed that you were doing one-on-one coaching, which in a way I am your mentor here, right? I will tell you straight up, stop, and I will literally tell you, what the fuck are you doing? You know, I'll be literally that black and white because I know that will not give you any good. And at the same time, I know that decision can be changed in a second. It can be changed in a blink of an eye. If you're doing emotional trading, if you constantly have FOMO, if you're constantly removing your stop loss or any other emotional trading that you're doing, that decision can be changed in a second, in a blink of an eye. Same thing with limiting beliefs. You know, you might have limiting beliefs that can be changed in a second. You know, all of a sudden, you don't have that limiting belief anymore because you believe that money does grow in trees. It's made of paper, isn't it? At the end of it all. So with that said, guys, I'm going to wrap up this video, but I really wanted to push that message out there that trading psychology is everything. You can be the best chartist out there, but if you're still making emotional mistakes, emotional decisions, if you still are trading based on emotions, you will never ever succeed because it will always put you 3 steps back. 1 step forward, 3 steps back. That's what it will be. So instead, follow your rules, follow your guidelines. They're there for a reason, you know. Eliminate all trading. Remember, when you're making a decision, when you're placing a trade, when you're deciding to manage a position and shut it down early, take a second, pause for a minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it is. Let your intuition guide you. Follow that gut feeling, you know, and the results will come. But don't trade based on emotions. The results will not come that way. So that's it for this lesson, guys. I hope you found some wisdom in here. I can talk about this for hours and hours and hours and hours about every single one of those topics, but you know, I don't have the time to do that here. And there will be another course that I will focus simply on trading psychology and breaking those limiting beliefs and all about that, you know. This is all about trading. But this lesson here, this small trading psychology lesson, you know, covers some of those basics and some of those musts. You know, start trading with real money as soon as you can because that will challenge your emotional beliefs. Treat trading like a business because at the end of the day, you want that business to succeed. And you know right now, I'm telling you, emotional trading will not give you those results, period, you know. So follow those rules, follow those guidelines, follow your intuition. You know if you're going to be making a mistake. You know if you're going to be making an emotional decision. You know it. You know at the moment you're making it. So stop, pause. That's why I recommend pausing for a few seconds, you know, before you pull the trigger. Because every single trader, when they're making an emotional decision, they know that they're doing it that moment. You know, they really do. because they already have learned that lesson before and they choose to repeat it for some reason. So pause, don't repeat it. You already learned it. There's no point of losing any more money because of that same mistake, you know? So that's it, guys. That's all I have to say for now. I hope you found a few golden nuggets in here, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson.